Hello everyone and welcome to this week's garden tour. This is going to be a really cool one because I'm actually going to be doing some harvesting as well as showing you guys around how everything is going. The weather has got much better here for us. I am gardening in Queens, New York City, and our nights are finally hitting over the 50s for the past couple nights, or maybe this week. This is considered zone 7B. It is now safe to plant everything that you need from your warm weather crops. I have chosen myself to put them out a little bit earlier because of my space limitation. Lots of them did great, some of them didn't do so well, but it's okay. But now it is officially safe for you to put everything out if you're still holding off. The garden has been growing really fast because of the warm nights too. Definitely growing faster. Also, there's a lot of foot traffic here because I am in the city. No matter what time I try to film this video, there's always a lot of people going through and noise, car noise as well. Motorcycle noises, so I apologize for that in advance. Alright, so I'm very excited to show you guys around and let's get started. Okay, so here's just a little overview of everything that is going on. I was supposed to give these guys away last week, but I couldn't, it didn't work out, so I have repotted a lot of them and I'm even thinking to sell some of them. There's a lot of, I tagged a few of the things that I am for sure, I really know what it is. The other tomatoes that I have there, I don't know what they are, so I can't sell it. The lettuce is going really good. One of the things that I have to harvest is the daikon that's back there. It's getting too hot. It actually got hot really fast. So the things that a lot of the things that the cold weather crops just bolted. But here, this is a potato plant that's growing really good next to the raspberry. This other potato that I planted recently is finally sending out a couple of sprouts. This is a Durondack blue potato. This variety was created here in upstate New York, so I'm hoping that's going to do really well. And I'm still waiting for this to send some seed pods in here. It's here, it's just looking really cool. Alright, the green stalks are doing really good. Since I went super in detail with them last week, I'm just gonna go over quickly. The lettuces growing more every week, and the bok choy, the biggest thing is the bok choy. Bok choy is really doing good and growing really fast here. I did remove the tops of my green stalk just so the plants in the back can get a lot of sun. I want to harvest the top crops for a lot of them. So the reason why the reservoir is not there is because I just want the back ones to get sun as well. Okay, so here is the daikon. When I say bolted, if you're not familiar with that expression, you see those little seed pods in here. It means that it went to flower, which means that what it really wants to do is to reproduce. So since it's stuck down and goes to flower, it's going to create the seed pods so it can drop the seeds and make new plants. This happens to radishes or to a lot of the cold weather crops when it gets too warm, it gets too hot for them, so they try to reproduce. And that's the reason why I am going to be pulling these out today. So those are Daikon radishes. They're probably not that big. What I'm gonna do, I'm just going to, oh, that's not too bad. Whoa. Oh, that's kind of cool. It looks like a white carrot. It's still definitely edible. You know, it's little, but we can eat them. And I'm going to eat the greens. You can make pesto with the greens. You can saute them with garlic. So it's definitely food for us too. So I'm just going to keep going. This guy. Here is, look at all these greens. Even if I was not going to eat, only for this would be super cool, but I got these radishes and we'll keep going. So now I have space here. I'm not sure where I'm gonna plant, but this is a deep pot, so I can plant some good stuff. But I might even just separate the two nasturtiums from the same plant, but I'll see. And put one here. I really love nasturtiums and I wanna look really cool if you just vined back here. Herbs are looking very great. I'm not going to harvest any right now, but even those lettuces over here, if I wanted to just cut in here and take it as a cut and grow, I could do it too. But see, just saw this. This is a radish in this bed. I'm also going to pull it up. This is a red one. It's really little, so. But I do, because they're bolting, there's nothing really that I can do anymore. You would just consume the plant's energy to go to flower. So They produce flowers, so might as well just take them out. That way, also gives them more space for, what is this? This is for these lettuces to grow a little bigger. Let's see if there's any other bolted ones here. Yeah, one more. They in the back are definitely a little bit too. Oops. Oh, look at that. See that? Cabbage moth. I'll put it in here so I can show. That is not a very good, that's not our friend. It eats, oh, I see, I can see the damage. You see the damage here? That's what it does. So those cabbage moths are formed as little white butterflies. They land in your plant, they put eggs underneath the leaves, and when these eggs hatch, they become these little green worms, and they are very destructive. They can truly eat all of your crops really fast. Now, there are some organic ways to combat them, I guess I would say. There's another one here. Don't know if you can see. There's something called BT that you can use to deal with caterpillars, and I can put more information about it down below. I choose myself not to use it. I'm gonna check all of this lettuce now since I found 2 of them here, just to make sure that I don't lose my crop. I choose not to use them. I'd rather just pull my crops earlier, or just look into it every day and see, check under the leaves. This week I did not look at every day, but I'll try my best, make an effort to come and look before they do too much damage. So you could use that. Some people use neem oil. I have not used it. So far, actually, I have not applied anything to my garden. Out of the pest control here has been only with me picking them out. So I haven't added anything. I try not to add anything other than their safe organic methods, or things that are approved for organic gardening, which would be neem oil, and BT is approved as well, but I don't, I haven't ever used it. Yeah, I just put my basket down. I'm gonna harvest some kale. I have to hold the camera, so this one's not going to be as nice as the other one, but I'm just going to cut. When I'm harvesting kale, I will cut see how those are all missing. I will try to get the leaves there from the bottom first and leave the center stop growing and send in these new shoots. So when I harvest kale, I'm going to try to use my hands. I usually I'll just pick the outer leaves like that, and this is the one that I eat, and I leave the ones in the middle so they keep growing and keep giving me more food. But you can see that all the back there you harvest from the bottom up with kale. So I'm gonna add this guy to a harvest basket, and I could harvest the kale down here too. This is growing really fast. I have just harvested, but I'm gonna do it again. Kale is really good because if you do have a lot, you can just add them to beans or to soups, or to your eggs, or to anything that you saute. So it's hard to kind of have too much. Or if you don't want to do anything, you can just juice them and drink them and put them in your green juice and just get the nutrients from there that way. So I don't know if I should get these other leaves, but for now, those 3. This plant is doing really good. I have been, okay, I'm gonna harvest that guy. It's too big. Oh, I see, and I got some holes. I don't see any caterpillars in there, but I noticed that the kale, my raised bed, the same one, has holes too, and I don't mind eating food with holes, guys. It's totally natural. It's really okay. The only thing you have to do is just make sure you wash them. But it's if the bugs don't want to eat them, you probably don't want it to. It just means that they've sprayed with something. Here is I don't use anything into them. But let me see, anything else. Those radishes don't seem like they had bolted yet. I couldn't even harvest this shui sharn here, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna have a lot of things. This lettuce is growing back really fast. I have a whole head of lettuce to harvest on the raised bed. I need to cut this off, take this broccoli out. Harvesting having the camera is a little harder than I thought, but I was able to put it somewhere in there. For this broccoli over here, turn it on so you guys can see. Great benefit of this mover is that I can turn these planters around, but I'm going to just cut this down to the bottom. It's a pea that's going over here. I am also going to eat the leaves the same way that I eat kale. They're still small and tender, and I might even ferment the stem, so I don't waste that either. This is how the raised beds look like now. I'm going to harvest that lettuce and also this karabi that's down there. I have also added these cages on my garden for my tomatoes. They're getting so big. We didn't have that last week. They're growing really fast. I'll talk more. Those are cherry tomatoes. I'm deciding not to prune them this year. Just gonna let them grow as is. I'm not gonna take off any of the branches, the suckers, and I'll also put a pole in here so I can tie them up. But those two are cherries. This is an atomic crepe, and that's very crazy cherry tomatoes. Supposed to be very prolific and give like close to 40 yellow tomatoes. I'm very excited for that. So here at this tomato, it's the biggest one. The first one I planted. Tied this one up here. This is a sucker that I missed, and now you can see that it's branching too. I'm gonna let it go. It's okay. And then I'm going to try to make a video about pruning tomatoes. There's many videos out there, but I'm gonna try to do one too. This is a sucker right here that I'm planning to remove it and root so I can make another plant out of it. I want to show you guys how to do that too. Here are my peas. They're growing like crazy. Look at them. They all have passed my fence, and last week they were just flowering. Look what's happening this week. We have baby peas everywhere. Like, look at my lettuce. They are growing just so fast. Not ready to pick yet. Probably by next week they will. But it's kind of good to see that they are growing. And let's harvest that lettuce now. So I am not going to harvest like the kale. I am just going to harvest the whole thing because they make space and it's raised bed. So I'm going to go from the bottom and I'm going to cut it down like I did with the broccoli. Look at that. And it's probably getting too hot for it too, so we'll go to seed probably soon. That's so pretty. Okay, that goes to a harvesting basket. Starting to get full now, and I just started with tools. Finally, there's one here so you can get stuff from the garden. Here right next to me. Okay, and then from this bed, I also want to take out the kohlrabi, which is growing right here. Kohlrabi has this, maybe the kale first so you can see. This kale is full of holes, and I'm not gonna cover them for insects anymore. Like I said in the beginning, I'm not using any insecticides or anything, or even neem oil as of right now. So because I also need space on this bed, I'm also going to harvest this kale to eat. Okay, so this kale, since I have so many kale over there, I'm going to keep those ones to eat, and this I need to make space for the warm weather crops. So this one is going. Harvest that one now. Hopefully we can get to see the kohlrabi. It's getting a little bit too big. I prefer to the kohlrabi when it's smaller, about this size. So it's perfect for me. Also going to harvest from the bottom, just like I did with the lettuce. How it looks like, but we already have a full basket of harvest of greens, and I have way more space in my raised beds. And harvest all these little bok choys that went to flower. Do the same thing. I'm just using scissors over here. These are actually kitchen scissors, but I like to use them. They're very sharp. Even with a knife. All of this bok choy here, most of it went, because it's hot, also went to flower. It's bloating, so I'm gonna eat all of it to eat before the week. You can even, they will last long in your fridge too. If you wash them and you put them away with a paper towel, they will last for a really good while. I prefer to cook them when they're fresh, so I'm gonna try to make some things with them and meal prep. Okay, this broccoli I'm gonna leave it here for next time. And the Swiss chards, they are growing now. I have a yellow one and a pink one there. I'm gonna let them just go to see how long they can survive before getting too hot. Lots of peas in here. Oh, I need to harvest one more thing before I leave here. This is spinach. This bounty. I need to get the spinach out too. There we go. This one got really big, so it's really nice. Spinach, you could also do the same thing. if you have space and you can just keep harvesting the bottom leaves and leave the plant there. They'll keep growing, producing more. I really need space in my bed right now. This one hasn't bolted yet, which I could have keep it growing, producing, but I'm just gonna harvest to eat as well. Okay, so here's everything we harvested. The sun is not in my favor right now, but it's a lot of food. The basket's really full. I'm gonna stop with the harvesting now, and I'll show you guys a few other things. This borage here is huge. Borage is also an edible flower. I love, it's a beautiful blue little star-pointed flower, and it tastes kind of like a cucumber. Oh, it's a little spicy. But then see how many buds I have in there. Hopefully by next week we'll see some flowers in here too. This is a yellow and purple tomato. It's setting some flowers. I'm choosing not to pick these flowers. I'm gonna let them produce fruits. You could do that if you want your plant to produce more roots and grow taller. You could pinch the first blossoms. I'm not doing this, not this year when I get tomatoes soon. But it's totally fine to do that too if you want to. And this is another one that I need to harvest those carrots soon. Not this week because I'm gonna have too much food already. But probably by next week or sometime this week after I eat, I'll harvest those carrots. You can also make pesto with the tops. You can use this carrot, make a carrot top pesto. You don't need to waste all this beautiful lush green. Or I also like to juice it sometimes. Put on my green juice if I don't feel like, if I don't have a lot of time to cook. I planted this pansy here, and I love this color. I got the seeds from Hudson Valley Seed Co. And look how beautiful this is. I've never really seen one of this. A nice red, burgundy or dark red color, and doesn't have the yellow on them. The other ones that I have are the purple and yellow, which are the most common ones. Let me show you those guys over there. But I'm very excited about this one. It's so beautiful. Hopefully it'll produce a lot more. Look how pretty this is. Okay, so this was it for this side of the garden today. I just wanted to show you guys how I harvest things instead of going with detail on every single thing in class. So the goal for for these garden tours are now, obviously in the beginning as well, I was telling everything that was growing, but I also want to show you guys how I maintain the garden. And I'm going to head to the pot garden and I'll show you guys what's happening over there as well. I don't think I ever showed you guys this side, but this is our plot, our neighbor plot, and that's how it looks like from the outside. I'm coming through here. So it's like this. I'm going to get a little closer to see the tomatoes here from a different angle. Full of weeds again. Some stuff flew in here. And then it has to be changing all the hours over here. I'm gonna get inside. Alright, so I'm here inside now. Look at this. The calendula is finally taking. It's getting much bigger. I'm so happy to see there's a lot of mint around here. I didn't spot any sunflower seedlings. I threw some sunflower seeds in there. Let's go inside here just because I want to take a look at the roses. There's roses blooming everywhere in our neighborhood. I can't wait to see how those ones here look like or what color they are. There's another little one here. It's getting hard for me to get into this bed. Yeah. Also, really full of life. And here we have the grapevine. It's looking really good. I think it was looking healthy. The sage that we saw with the little buttons. Look at that. It's going to flower, I hope. Come on. Focusing is good. But I can't wait to see the sage flowers over here. I see like some beanstalk in here. As always, I need to get some weeding done in this pot. Over here on this side, lettuces are doing great. Actually, this one looks like it's been getting eaten by something. Look at that. I don't know. This guy is okay. That little one's looking cute. This completely went to flower. I'm gonna just leave it in here. Oh, someone ate the top of it. Which is alright, I guess. Oh, the tomatillo has. I don't know if the tomatillo is healthy or not, but I put it in here. This is looking fine. Let's see if it will keep growing or not. Not a lot of flowers on that one. Look at that. But it's looking puny to me, small to me. Peas are getting devoured. So as you can see, I have way more problems with keeping up with this than I have with my front yard. It's just very big and it's hard for me to come in here all the time, and things grow really fast, especially the weeds. But this tomato bed over here that I actually planted a little early. It's looking fine. I gotta pick up that plastic piece of paper in there. Some of them are flowering. You know what? I'm gonna leave as nature wants to intend it to be. I'm just gonna leave it all to flower. But they're growing. Look at my hands. They're getting bigger. I will start tying them up really soon. I'm gonna pick up that kale. I should have bought my scissors, but I gotta pick up that kale next time. So it's looking really dry. I have to water after this, but some of the beans sprouted. Look how we amended this. We actually spent some money trying to amend the soil. We were so hopeful, but it still looks really dry and gray. So we're a little bit sad. We were so excited for this plot, but unfortunately we can't really keep putting more compost and topsoil in here anymore. So we're gonna try to see how things are going to come up. But there's some beans in here. Beans also are nitrogen fixers, so if we don't get a crop, at least I hope they give some nutrition to the soil. Okay, the ones here we have radishes. It's probably even, oh, it is. Let's pull up. It's ready to harvest. Oh, that's cool. Gotta harvest in the other plot. Now I gotta harvest here too. Oh, look at this cutie. Oh, this is much bigger than the ones I had there. That's great. There's another one there. Super cool. Something just stung my hand. Two. My partner Danny actually planted those, so he's going to be very excited when I go home. I'll leave that one there with all of these guys. Look at here. Oh, cuties. And this one is big. That's purple. Oh, these are the Easter basket ones. Cute. We got some mixed seeds, but here we go. Little radish harvest here from the plot. I'm gonna try to give some to my neighbor. We have been eating lots of radishes because of my front yard. We planted lots of radishes there too. Cool. I didn't bring a basket with me, so I'm just gonna have to carry this. Actually, this guys here, there's a daikons. Come on, it's also going to seed, so it is getting, same thing I said in the beginning of the video, sending those shoots, getting too hot for them, so I'm gonna pull some of them out. This is small as the ones oh, it feels wet. Something in here. Over here. Ooh, there we go. This is a harvest for this side of the garden that I was not even expecting to come harvest anything, but that's great. I'm just gonna put that on the side over here. This tomato is doing fantastic, so I'm gonna weed. I have to pull all of these guys, and I'm not going to burn them or anything. I'm just gonna throw them in the compost pile. I could leave them up here, I guess. I've bent some, but there's so many. I'm just scared that they're rooting back and keep. But this is what I need to do. I could get one of those weeding tools, to be honest, but here, all of these guys just for this setting need to come, and we'll give some space for this tomato plant here. Pull some more. Okay, so this was better than I thought. I was really not expecting to harvest some stuff from here too, but definitely brings me some hope because I got a little discouraged, especially in the last video, saying like, oh, I don't know if I can take care of this plot because there's so much weeding to do, but it's definitely worth it. You know, it's nice that I come here this time and then I get to harvest some more things. I already got the basket of beautiful greens and everything at home. I'm gonna do some pesto with this radish tops, put a lot of garlic in there, make it nice, olive oil, a little bit of nuts, and have some cheese, blend everything up, and then I can freeze to later use, so that way I can preserve the radish tops And just want to say thank you so much for watching, staying with me this whole time. It really means the world to me that you guys can accompany my journey here with this garden. Gardening in New York City is hard, especially with the noise and everything, so I really do appreciate it. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Here's a disclaimer. This is not the best time to do this. If you want to harvest your food, you probably should do it early in the morning or in the late afternoon. I'm just doing this because I wanted to do the video, but they don't look super lush and green. But it's okay. I'm gonna put them in cold water and then we'll farm them for a little bit. But just so you know, if you're doing that in your garden, try to harvest early morning or in the late afternoon.